Hey, good morning. I do a lot of physical training, both marathoning and more recently I started doing Ironman training. I did an Ironman 70.3. Part of that training regime is you have to build in rest periods, right? So I did a huge build up to the Boston Marathon, which was in April, and then another build up to Ironman 70.3 Muskoka, which was in July. But my coach now has me on a rest period where I'm basically just doing super light runs, walks, a little bit of golf, and really just in this rejuvenation period. So in physical training, we all get that we need to take these periods of rest and rejuvenation. But for some reason, in the business world, especially executives and entrepreneurs, we, for some reason, believe we don't need this rest and rejuvenation. Well, the reality is we do. So in order to perform at our peak, so I have an upcoming marathon, I'm going to run the Detroit Marathon in October. In order for me to peak at that marathon, I'm currently on a month off, right? It's counterintuitive, but it's true. I can't just carry on because I would burn out, I would get injured, and my body would just never recover. And so what I encourage is we need to start as executives and entrepreneurs baking in this time, this rest and recovery time. True time away. Put the phones down, put your iPad away, okay? Rest and recovery. So here's a great strategy that I was taught by my mentor, Bob, on how to actually take this time in this world of ever increasing, connectedness, okay? Here's what Bob would do. So this is the Bob approach to 12 holidays a year, all right? So he would lay out a calendar at the start of every year, and he would block off 12 distinct periods of rest and recovery and recuperation, okay? And a holiday, those 12 periods, those 12 holidays, they don't have to be weeks off, okay? He wasn't taking 12 weeks off. It was a combination of maybe a week off here, a week off there, but then also a bunch of long weekends, and just was really intentional about I'm going to turn into a 4-day weekend. This is going to be 5 days off. This is going to be 2 weeks off, so on and so forth, and he would just plan that out. And I think a lot of people think, oh well, that's not feasible. I run a business. Look, this guy ran a business as well. He's retired now, recently retired, but he was running a business as well. He had a huge clientele as well. He was top producing partner in his firm and so on. And but somehow he was able to do it. And actually those things are probably linked, top producing partner and the guy taking the most deliberate time off, right? These things are linked. Truly productive time is driven by strong periods of rest and recuperation. So he would block those periods, block and execute, and he would just tell his staff, his assistant, his team, and his clients, look folks, these are the times and periods I'm off. And it worked. And so what I would encourage you to do is the same. Get with your spouse and your family and your friends and think about, and also your dreams and goals. What is it that that is really going to make next year an amazing year? Where do I want to travel to? What experiences do I want to have away from work and business with my family? How can I really enrich my life? And then to get intentional and block those 12 times. And here's the amazing thing that happens is that it's a bit like placing 12 rocks in a river. You place these 12 rocks, the river continues to flow. All that happens is the river flows around the rocks. And it's amazing how that works. And until you do this, you're not going to believe that it can work. But a guy that works for me just took three weeks off for his honeymoon, did this, and was really amazed at how the river just flowed around the rocks. The other amazing thing that it forces you to do is, especially heading into those break periods, is it forces you to get way more organized and forces you to delegate to your team to a degree that you don't normally have to. And so it actually forces some really amazing habits into your work life. And so for all sorts of benefits and all sorts of reasons, I would just encourage all of you, like Bob said, 12 holidays a year. We're coming into 2017. Get your calendar out and do it. Book 12 holidays a year. It's totally feasible. It's totally doable. Anyway, enjoy.